Hey guys, Dave here. Well, we are continuing right on with our last cabin rustic theme, and today we are doing a midnight cabin bake. Yeah, sounds kind of mysterious, doesn't it? I got a story that I'll tell you later on in the video. But anyway, this has got some pasta, it's got some hot Italian sausage, some mushrooms, the whole shebang, easy to put together, very simple, and you are going to love it. So let's get started. As always, first off, the old ingredients. And we got some hot Italian sausage, some mushrooms, some frozen veggies, some cheese, sour cream, garlic, onion, penny pasta, breadcrumbs, good old milk, paprika or smoked paprika, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and some salt. Okie dokie, the first thing we're going to do is get some salt into a pot of boiling water. Then we'll grab up that penny pasta and in with that, and we're just going to let this boil away for about, I don't know, 10 or 12 minutes until it becomes al dente. Next up, we're going to slice the casing on these sausages because we are going to remove them from the casing. Now, I suppose you could slice these into sections too, but I like them broken up because I find they just add a little more flavor, so that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to go with some Earl into a pan over medium-high heat here, just so we don't get any stickage. This is non-stick, but I don't want those sausages to stick. Now, the sausage, I'm just going to break these up a little bit. We'll do it better with a spoon in a bit, but... And by the way, I don't know if I said it, but these are hot Italian. I love my sausage. And we shall just break this up even more and stir and fry this over medium-high heat, as I said, until it's browned and kind of cooked through here. And BTW, which means by the way in my fancy acronym internet language, this is about a pound or an LB or half a kilo of sausage. Now we're fried up and brown. I'm going to go to one side of the pan with all that wonderful, wonderful sausage, and this smells so good. Then in we go with a small chopped onion, and of course, you guessed it, 3 cloves of the old garlic. And we'll just stir and saute this for a couple of minutes. Oh, I just about forgot, a handful of the good old mushrooms. And these guys are just button mushrooms, so, you could use shiitake, whatever you like, but button's fine. And stir these around until that wonderful aroma of onion and garlic fill the air and those mushrooms begin to change color. And while we're sauteing here, newsflash. Sold the old boat, the boat I had before, and got another boat, trying to put some clips up top here, or clips in. And this one's a bit different. It's not a bow rider. It is one with a cuddy that you can actually sleep on and stuff. So someday on my bucket list, I want to do the Great Loop. But I'm going to go out tomorrow on its maiden run, and maybe we can do a video of it or something like that. All right, we're pretty much sauteed up here, so I'm going to stir everything together. What a wonderful, wonderful combination. I could eat this just as is. All right, that's pretty good like that. Just kill the heat, and we're going to set this aside. Okay, before our next step, let's head on out to the garden. Picking the old thyme. Maybe one more. And a little bit of parsley for the garnish. Okay, doesn't look good? Wow. And somebody is watching us. Hey guys, moo. Moo cows, good morning. And somebody else is friends with the cows. Coco, come here. Come here. Come here, Coco. Mr. Obedient. I think we got everything we need out there. What we're going to do now is go into a large bowl with 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Now, you can use cream of chicken, whatever you got there. That's fine. Or you could even make some homemade stuff. Follow that up with half a cup of good old sour cream. And of course, you could use yogurt, whatever you like. I like the old sour cream. Splash of milk, maybe about, no more than a splash, maybe about a quarter cup. Just don't want this too dry. Half a cup of mixed veggies. And of course, these are frozen veggies, but you can use a can of corn, whatever you got in hand. Season things up with a couple of teaspoons of the good old W or Worcestershire sauce. That looks about right. Some of that thyme we plucked out from the garden. I just love fresh thyme. Garden's coming along good this year in spite of it being so dry. About a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and I always say get the smoke because it's so much nicer. A bit of the old saltation, not too much because that soup is fairly salty anyway. And a good dose of, me, ground black pepper. Next up, we're going to throw that pasta in. And of course, I've drained this and added a bit of oil to it. I didn't want to bore you with those details, showing that. And of course, that wonderful, wonderful sausage mixture. I think, in my humble opinion, this is going to be wonderfully wonderful. Now, of course, we're going to give everything a good mix together until that soup and everything covers the sausage and the pasta. Mm-mm. All right, guys, what do you think here? Do you think that looks pretty good? I think it's pretty good. I don't think we need any more liquid. It's going to be fine. It is going into the oven. And I got my casserole dish here, and just to make sure we don't get any stickage, I'm just going to spray this with a bit of olive oil. I mean, you can use Pam, anything like that. And in we go with that casserole mixture we mixed up. I'm not lying to you guys. This smells incredible. I can hardly wait to taste it. Is it all going to fit in there? I'd be thinking so. How do you like them apples? Okay, before I forget here, let's make up that bread crust topping I was talking about. So what I got is 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I am going to add in about half a cup or 3/4 of a cup of the good old Italian breadcrumbs. And we'll just give this a mixture, a mix up, and just see how we look here. That should be crumbly so it crumbles over. You know what I mean? You getting me? Yeah, it's pretty good like that. Man, oh man, guys, this is looking really good. But what I'm going to do here is grab up some of that old cheddar that I've grated up. I'm going to go over the top with this. You know what? I'm even impressing myself. How do you like that? How can a guy be self-impressed? What do you think? Is that enough cheese? You know, I think just a little bit more. A little bit more. What do you mean that's too much? You told me a little more, so I'm going to add just a little more. Make up your mind. Lastly, that breadcrumb mixture we made up. And don't forget, we're going to garnish this up with some parsley. Okie dokie, into the oven we go, my friends, for about 25-30 minutes. This is at 375 Fahrenheit until everything bakes up. Well, we're baking up here. I'm going to chop up some parsley, but I want to tell the story about how this midnight cabin bake came to be. I was just a kid, and we're all sitting around the cabin while my parents were in there playing cards. And of course, they had a bunch of wobbly pops, so it was getting, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. So everybody got hungry. So my dad decides, well, we're going to go out into the woods and get some wood. So out we go. And of course, he's stumbling a bit because of all the wobbly pops he had. He kind of fell into the lake. Anyway, but we're getting all the wood together, and it started thundering and lightning and pouring rain and everything like that. And we came back just soaked to the gills, and I was only knee-high to a gopher. But anyway, we got it all together, got the old wood stove fired up, the old Finlay oval, and got it in there. And everybody was kind of laughing because we were so wet and he had fallen into the lake. And anyway, it was midnight by the time we ate, and that's how it got to be the midnight cabin bake. It's in my whole repertoire of lost cabin recipes. So I think you're going to enjoy this one. Hope you enjoyed the story. It's kind of funny. After about 15 or 20 minutes, guys, just look at this. Oh, incredible. And it smells absolutely delicious. And of course, I'm going to garnish things up with that parsley that we plucked out of the garden. You remember that? And there you have it, guys, our lost cabin bake. Simple, easy, delicious, along with the story that I added along with it. Oh my goodness, you are going to love this. Everybody is going to love it anytime, even at midnight. Okay, guys, some tips and tricks here. Like any dish, I mean, a lot of the dishes we make up, this is so versatile. So, number one, you don't have to use pasta. You could use rice. You could use potatoes, whatever you like. The type of sausage you use. Now, I use sausage. I use hot Italian, but you could use mild Italian, honey garlic. And for that matter, you wouldn't even have to use sausage. You could use ground beef, ground turkey. You could use even ground pork, something like that. Add the seasoning of your choice. Want to spice it up a little. Add a few pepper flakes. I mean, it's really, really versatile. But I think, you know what? It's good just as it is. All right, let's dig in and grab some of this up. Oh, just look at that. Lots of pasta. I could see the veggies on there. Some of that sausage. Oh, this is going to be spectacular, I think. Okay, it's time for the old taste test, so let's dig in. Mm, this is really good. The creaminess of it, that's the first thing that hits me. Then that Italian sausage, that little bit of heat from the sausage. But that mixture, that cream mixture is
just so good. I mean, it's so simple, so easy. You got to make this up. And as always, if you do, leave us a comment. Love to read them, and I respond to them all. Give us a like. It helps the channel out. Most of all, subscribe. Why not? It's free. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next video. And I'm going to have more of this. And if you have time, drop by the cabin. It's no longer there.